to be very helpful and actually to be the catalyst of ensuring stability in the relationship and high performance in service delivery to Nigerians. I believe in that particularly. And with this, please let us know how you performed 2023 supplementary, 2024 up to this moment, and then the way forward. And if you have any challenges, please don't hide it. Tell us what it is. But I must repeat something I said last year. This is not the way the Ministry of Defense would come or should come to budget presentation to the Committee on Defense. I believe that there is a structural anomaly. The Minister of Defense is supposed to bring everyone, service chiefs, everybody. It's after the minister, when ministers are finished, the business of the headquarters, because this is the coordinating, the administrative leadership, then the rest can go to their various committees. But there should be a general focus which the minister or the ministry itself should give. Because this is the policy-making body. Others are supposed to be under it. I don't know. Personally, I think this is not the way to go. There should be that coordination by the ministry so that we have everything in a controlled, standard way. And I hope that we're able to achieve this without necessarily taking anybody's influence or power or whatever it is. But I believe that this is the way to go, including your procurements. Should be centrally done, not individual services, but that's an issue for another day. Two of our colleagues have joined us, and before the minister takes on the stage, I will invite our distinguished colleagues for
Secretary of the Ministry of Defense, who is just posted to the ministry and resumed last week. And all the directors of the ministry is here. Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry that you made mention that we're supposed to be here with some service chiefs, but the letter sent to the ministry specified that just MOD, Ministry of Defense. And we learned at the House. And the letter did not specify that we should come with the 2023 performance, only 2024, which we are here with the 2024 budget performance, Mr. Chairman. So we are sorry for the mix-up, or maybe the letter was sent early and doesn't specify what the Senate committee did. We are going to provide all the performance for 2023 and 2024, though we are here on the 2024 budget performance, which we will handle it over to you and the members of this important committee. Mr. Chairman, we thank you very much for inviting us and giving us opportunity to come and defend the budget of the Ministry of Defense. And as you are aware, the Honourable Minister is away, and we hope soon he will be back to Nigeria, which if there is any more information, but I will stand for him and for any other person of the ministry. Mr. Chairman, let me just go ahead to save time on our presentation of the budget. I'm greatly delighted to be here this morning to present the 2025 budget proposal for the Ministry of Defense, highlighting priority activities, programs, and projects of the ministry, leveraging on the expression of the government policy trust. I wish to sincerely express my profound appreciation to distinguished chairman and the esteemed members of the Senate Committee on Defense and their support to the Ministry of Defense at all times. I am particularly delighted to know that chairman and the esteemed members are always willing and ready to prioritize matters that concern the ministry, and I do not want to take this for granted, Mr. Chairman. The achievement recorded so far by the ministry would not have been possible without the cooperation of the Committee of Defense. Therefore, on behalf of myself and the team of the Ministry of Defense, I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of this committee. I hereby present to you the 2024 budget performance, which is highlighted below. The 2024 appropriation releases on personal, overhead, and capital on items. The personal is 18,954,867,760. That is the appropriation of 2024. While total releases are 18,954,867,760. The percentage of the release of the ministry is 100%, Mr. Chairman. While the total expenditure is 18,954,887,760. The percentage of utilization is 100%. The overhead, we have 2,764,595,575, while the total release is 2,764,595,575, and the percentage of the release is equally 100%. The total expenditure is 2,764,595,575. The percentage of the utilization is 100%. The capital will have a total of 46,811,169,004 naira. And the total release is 42,968,552 to 377.41. The percentage of the release is 91.79%. The total expenditure is 42,569,208,614. The percentage of the utilization, Mr. Chairman, is 99.07%. The 2024 appropriation, distinguished senators, recall that a total sum of 68,518,160,000 naira, 993 naira only was appropriated to the Ministry of Defense headquarters for the year 2024. This amount includes personnel cost, overhead cost, and the capital expenditure, respectively, as depicted below. Personnel is 18,954,867,760, while overhead is 2,764,595,575. Capital is 46,811,169,004 naira, respectively. Personnel cost, the sum of 18,954,867,760 naira only was appropriated for the personnel cost of the ministry. However, as it is as at 31st December 2024, the sum of 18,954,867,760 naira only was released and expended. It shall be noted that this payment is being made by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation through the Integrated Payroll and Personal Information System IPPIS as staff salary. The overhead cost, the sum of 2,764,595,575 naira only was appropriated for the ministry's 2024 overhead cost. However, 1,658,908,000 naira only is for ration cash allowance budgeted as security vote for the Brigade of Guards. The remaining 1,105,687,575 naira is for ministry regular overhead costs, which has always been inadequate to fund the activities of the Ministry of Defense. Distinguished members, I also wish to be informed that the ministry currently has 21 civilian personnel units, CPUs, within the ministry formation across the country, apart from department and units. The headquarters also, the new duty tour allowance DTA rate has brought additional burden on the local travels and transport, LT&T cost, as well as the prevailing price of diesel, which has led to increase in the plant generator, fuel cost, among others. The capital expenditure, Mr. Chairman, the sum of 46,811,169,004 naira was appropriated as the ministry's capital budget for the year 2024. However, the sum of 42,968,552,377 naira 41 kobo was released, which present 91.79% of the appropriation, out of which the sum of 42,569,208,614 naira only was expended, which represent 99.07% of the releases. 5.0 2025 appropriation bill, Mr. Chairman and Honorable distinguished senators. The total sum of 50,437,818,869 naira only was proposed for the ministry's 2025 budget. The sum of 31,806,767,760 naira only is for personal cost, while 4,902,313,064 naira only is for overhead costs, and also the sum of 13,728,733,367 naira only as capital expenditure, respectively. File below, Mr. Chairman, the summary of the 2025 appropriation, which is highlighted as follows. The personal cost is 31,806,772,438 naira, while overhead cost is 4,902,313,064 naira. The capital expenditure represents 13,733,367 naira. The total of 2025 is 50,437,818,863. Mr. Chairman, distinguished senators, we have challenges. The challenges we have is inadequate budgetary provisions. We have headquarters and civilian personnel units are unable to meet their obligations, resulting to the accumulation of debt on services and staff entitlement. Non-payment and accumulated bills of group life insurance for military personnel, which Mr. Chairman, we requested this committee should consider the sum of 15 billion naira for payment of family pension, the family group pension to the families of personnel. Honorable distinguished members, ladies and gentlemen, the ministry is totally committed in actualizing its core mandate, and I believe these honorable distinguished members of this committee will assist to achieve the mandate on this law. I wish to use this medium to once again thank the distinguished members and appeal for upward review of the ministry overhead cost in view of the prevailing economic situation to enable the ministry functions effectively. Mr. Chairman, the ministry staff strength has surpassed 7,000, encompassing both headquarters and civilian personnel. The unit, however, the current overhead costs are insufficient to support this large workforce. We thank you, Mr. Chairman, and we hope our request should be considered, particularly on the group life insurance of the families of the deceased military personnel, because this is what is happening. Like last week, Mr. Chairman, we have to intervene. Some veterans blocked the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Defense, demanding the salary increase, which we don't have that provision in the budget. But as a minister, I was to solicit to Mr. President to support the ministry and settle this, because it is not good for the country to have veterans going rampant and staging a protest, blocking some government institutions, which Mr. President graciously approved the payment of upfront of their salary increase. So, Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the staff and the Ministry of Defense, we thank you, and we believe we should look into the situation of the ministry. Many people who have that the Ministry of Defense, but you talk as a minister or a member of a committee of defense, people may think that you have a lot, while the ministry alone has just only 50 billion on 2025 appropriation. So I believe distinguished senators will look into our predicament and see how to make some adjustment on the funding of the ministry. For example, Mr. Chairman, a letter was sent to me by the House of Rep to ensure that myself and the service chief should relocate to Zamfara to go and fight the bandits in the state. But we don't have the provisions to take all the services to relocate to Zamfara state or some part of the country for fighting these incidents. On my own, I decided to relocate to Sokoto for me to take some of the directors and some military personnel to go to Sokoto and stay there for almost 2 weeks. The same thing, my colleague, the minister, went to Zamfara and the other part of the country. We are all doing this because it is not part of our budget, but we are doing it sometime as a former governors who do this in our own coffers to ensure that people select with their true eyes colors. So we need more fundings. Like, for example, in Namoda, where my brother has come, we are trying to see how we can station some of these APC vehicles to some of the... Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So for me just to inform you, and sir, even in Gombe, we have some issues in Gombe. So we are trying to see if we can be able to go to Gombe and have some stations of our military personnel, so that I enjoy Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much, and thank you, honorable distinguished members of this committee. We appreciate it.
No, Honourable Minister, before I go into issues, you mentioned something and it has shown that former governors should be honour ministers because they carry ministries to their pockets. So no, I didn't say you.
He is former governor.
Whether rich or not rich, we all assume former governors have so much resources in store.
No. It's not an issue of resources.
Former Minister of Defense. No. Leave him out of it. You said former governors because we are former governors. Anyway, that's by the way. Honourable Minister, I want to thank you for the presentation. But before we go into the details of our interaction, I will seek the understanding of our friends in the media to give us, to excuse us. I know there are other, you still come back because we are going to host others. But for now, I think I've gotten more than